right. So now we're just we're waiting for our colonial adventure to pay off. That's really all we can do at this point. Converted to Protestant and the... Yeah, okay, cool. So we should be back up to 100% religious unity. We have a Queen Regency. Time for a Protestant Queen Regent. The fact that Adelaide herself does not follow the official state religion has long been a great thorn in the side of those that fight for the spirits and minds of the Scottish people. Perhaps it is time for Adelaide to let the good of her people go before personal matters of faith. So we lose 2 stability, she becomes Protestant. That doesn't really seem worth 2 stability, but I bet you we're going to start getting a lot of, like, really bad events based on her not being Protestant. Yeah, she's a French Catholic woman, so I can see why they would be skeptical, but James will take the throne in 6 years, so I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. He says as if he's never read about British history at all. We'll keep the option open. So yeah, this really is just gonna be a game of can we not go bankrupt at this point. Our interest payments are at about 1/7 of our... Oh no, wait, they're at about a little under a quarter of our total income, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. TJ, you could just stop colonizing. Yeah, but that's no fun. I believe we also have some, like... Do we have any state edicts running that we could get rid of? I don't think we do. And we should have prosperity back in our provinces that were harmed by the Civil War pretty quickly, too. Since we can't recruit an explorer right now because we're already on too many military leaders, I'm actually going to have these guys protect trade. Lost trade protection against Hamburg. England's still fabricating on us. All that good stuff. The Amazons in Cholula. There are 2 small tribes with a very special arrangement. The women live by themselves, far from the men, who they only allow them to visit them a couple times each year. Any boy-child fathered this way is returned to the father, and the girls are kept by the women. If approached at any other time than it is appointed, the women will defend themselves with bows and arrows. The men of the strange tribe are currently preparing for the next visit and have invited the expedition to join them. That sounds like a bad idea, and also we need admin power. Mutiny in Tepeacock. Several crew members of the Conquistadors' expedition were captivated by the idyllic life in Tepeacock and decided to abandon the expedition. That's probably Tepeacock, actually. This was declared an act of mutiny by the Conquistador, and after a long hunt, the mutineers were captured. Should they be sent back to us and tried here, or should they be forgiven and allowed to return to the expedition as crew members with a bit of flogging? Well, we can lose military power a lot easier, so we're going to flog them. Also, I don't care if England hates us, so our merchants are going to stay. Bleeding gums and falling teeth. These are both things we can't afford to lose. Money and admin power. I guess we'll trade for the medicine. Protestant and Reformed churches reject incense. Is that going to affect our economy at all? Yes, significantly so. Our colony in Maliseet has grown. Excellent. I think we only need one more province to become a colonial nation. We're going to go around the natives for now, because we can't really afford to mount a major expedition against them at this point. Let's see, that's an Arctic province. That's an Arctic province. Yeah, so this might be our northern border. I don't know. Maybe we'll try to unite. That's going to slow down our colonization is the problem. I'd like to eventually own all of Labrador and all of Côte Nord, but we need to prioritize, kind of, because we need this colony to become profitable as quickly as possible. So I think what we're actually going to do, we'll send one little tendril down this way to grab the center of trade in Hochelaga, and then we'll start wrapping around the landmass up here and over to these islands, and eventually try to make our way down to Massachusetts before someone else does. And I think our armies are back up to full strength. Desmond has converted to Protestant. Since we can, how many cavalry? We need like one more cavalry in this army. And we really should get another cannon, actually. Now I'm spending money I don't have, but yeah, so it'll be 2, 4, 10. These guys are all 2-1-1s, I believe. Or 2-2-1s. Yeah. Alright. Just so we are built up to our first force limit, in case England gets any funny ideas. We gotta trade for the medicine. These natives are really extorting us on the medicine. Can't we just do what they did historically and shoot them and make us give them the medicine? Or give us the medicine, yeah. Also, how close are we to getting colonialism? Should speed up quite a bit once we actually have a colonial nation. Let's see, we don't really need to strengthen the government, so I think what we're going to do instead is we are going to start doing some development. So I'm going to look at the local manpower modifier. Inverness would be a great place to boost. Development cost. Yeah, let's start in the capital. Let's go ahead and start in the capital. Also, while we're at it, let's go ahead and make Highlander the official culture in the capital. Keep an eye on our inflation. Okay. So we should be... Yeah, we are now at our force limit. If worst comes to worst. Scottish Quebec. Scottish Newfoundland. Soon to unite into a single colonial nation. Very soon, actually. There will be blood. The Mixtec are going to attack the Aztec. Okay, here we go. Anything that can give us more money. Mercenary discipline, ship trade power propagation, institution spread. I think we actually want institution spread first. All provinces of your culture group. We just need the Pale to complete that last objective. Let's see, development. Yeah, probably continuing to develop Lothian is going to be our best bet. Growth of cities attracts serfs. These tax in Lothian, autonomy in Desmond, the nobility get mad at us. Or we get stability cost modifier, morale of army, yearly corruption we cannot afford. Yeah, so we have to accept that. And then we'll go in and we'll hold it. Oh, we might not need to call a diet. Cibola! A scout sent ahead returned with news about Cibola, one of the 7 cities of gold. He had met a monk who had heard stories from the natives of Meta about a city overflowing with riches. Its people decorated their houses with turquoise and used dishes of gold and silver and had gigantic pearls, emeralds, and other beautiful gems. So apparently this is in South America somewhere. Find the monk and persuade him to lead us to Cibola. Let's see if we can find... I have actually found one of the 7 cities of gold before, so it is possible. 9 horses died from eating poisonous plants, and the expedition was forced to leave behind 2 more who were near death. A cursed place with only poisonous plants and venomous animals, and the conquistador regrets that they ever decided to camp there. A large rock formation provided shelter from the harsh winds that blew right through them. But Poison Rock, as it was named by the conquistador, is not a place for man nor animal. Alright. Let's see. England's still colonizing the Caribbean. Castile's still colonizing Brazil. We still don't have any competition in North America proper. Alright, our colony has become self-sustaining. Excellent. We'll call it Nova Scotia for now. I might rename it to something more Gaelic later when we have when I have time to look it up. So we now have a colonial nation in Nova Scotia. We are now going to do what broke European monarchs often do. We are going to... Well, first we're going to send a diplomat to them so that they will like us a little bit more. And then we're going to increase tariffs to get out of debt. Except that requires admin power. So I guess we're going to wait. We can make Greenland into a state. All 12 development of it. How many states are we currently at? Like, it might not... Yeah, why the heck not, actually? It's not gonna hurt us any. Yeah. Bring prosperity to Greenland. I mean, we're not planning on conquering a whole bunch of continental stuff. And, yeah, like Iceland. The Faroes... And, like, this area, like, even if we conquered all of the British Isles, I don't think we'd be up past 15 states, so. I think we're okay. I think we're good on that. It did help our income, actually. Stadacona has become self-sustaining. So... Let's see, how far along is this? It's going to be a while. So we'll start heading this way. Areas. Yeah, that's going to take too long. We don't have the luxury of time here. Oh, maybe it didn't help our income. Maybe it's just that we weren't running as many colonists. Okay, so... Development. Lothian. Yeah, Lothian's still our best bet. So when these colonists arrive, we'll see what our income actually looks like when we're running a full team of colonists. England's fabricating claims on us again. Took out another loan. It's great. Those interest payments just keep going up. All right, cool. So they're starting to colonize themselves. So that is great because that's going to help us colonize faster. So maybe they'll take over the colonization of these shitty Arctic provinces. And then once we're caught up in tech, we'll start to just tax the shit out of them to make back our stuff. Try to get a royal marriage with Russia, maybe. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually really curious if we're going to be able to... Hey! James Stewart now rules over our nation. He's tolerant. That's kind of a good thing. We can dissolve the monasteries. I think we kind of need to. We need those taxes. Increase the monarch's control and power by authorizing any ecclesiastical property with an annual income below a certain value to be confiscated. Yeah, we're not going to pass the Act of Uniformity. Definitely not. So that'll buy us a little more time. And immediately we get comet sighted. Immediately after we increased our stability cost. James III and the Highlander people. So he's still a lowland Scot. So the Highland Scots are not super happy with him. Thank you for the free admin power. Yes, the more provinces we have that produce fur, the better. The fur trade will be our salvation. So in case of an emergency, we are still at a point where we could stop maintaining all of our colonies and start turning a profit. Let's see, development costs. Limerick. Suppose we could also be dumping mill power into recruiting generals. But, you know, we're just gonna get below. We're gonna get below a certain threshold here. Oh, by the way, this institution should be spreading like crazy now. Yeah. Kennedy Fletcher will no longer serve. How do we get everything last? We're colonizing like crazy. What's the embracement cost? 562? Alright. Send out the hunter. Or something. Come on. Okay, there we go. We got it in the capital. Yeah, we can basically get this institution almost for free, I think, if we just wait a little bit longer here. We'll probably have to take out some loans to actually get it. Cibola, night quite golden. There was some gold and a few precious stones, but it was fiercely guarded by the natives of Uyapari. Okay, so the city, the legendary city, is in northern South America here near the Windward Isles. The monk who led us to Cibola, in quotes, disappeared not long after the discovery and most of the gold with him. Some trinkets and gold dust was discovered, but not nearly enough to give Cibola the reputation as one of the 7 cities of gold. So that 400 ducats is great. And we get +5 tax income till the end of the game. So that's actually really good. Or Uyapari does. So if we colonize it, The legend of Cibola was true. A city covered with gold gems and all manner of precious gewgaw.